Good morning, everyone. It's Ann Metcalf here in beautiful Sawasan, British Columbia for our 9 a.m. Sunday morning alchemical chats. Deep breath in. Just breathe in the loving energy of the earth. Take it up through every cell in your body. Just smile and know that you are dearly loved. Well, welcome. Great day. And today's a little bit different. I'm down in my kitchen. And we're going to do something a little different. Last week we talked about conscious living and conscious eating. And part of that conscious eating was making conscious choices of looking at packaging. That was one way. And today, as you know, some of you know, I've been teaching a course on Trust Your Gut, Eating Intuitively. And that gut is not only our cellular body, but it's our divine essence that is connecting with the food that we eat. And we've had some incredible discussions and inspirations in this class that I'm teaching. And we were looking at fluids and vitamins and how to determine what it is your body needs to be that vibrant you that you can be, that you came here to be. You've got this entire bodily system working together in such collaboration, such a community of cell consciousness. And so I was just thinking, you know what, we're just going to sort of play with what I've been doing for the last 5 weeks in my class. And if it's something that inspires you, then you can connect with me on my soil alchemy site, soil-alchemy.com, and or go to rosiesjoy11 at gmail.com. And I've been making these wonderful little glass pendulums that I make out of fused glass. And you can use crystals, you can use wood, you can use metal. And this program is teaching others and myself, because I'm also learning, because there's so much more that there is to learn for us to be in that conscious place and have fun with it too. And that was one thing we talked about yesterday, was that this is using the pendulum and sort of following sort of the right foods for you kind of a diet. It's not diet, it's a lifestyle. And that you don't have to follow that all the time. Sometimes you just want something, whether it's the bag of chips or the apple or the chocolate. And just look at your habits. And is it something you go to all the time? Or is it just sometimes? The sometimes is fine, right? And so I was just kind of I was going to show you today how we do that in our class, just to have a little bit of fun. And then I will just talk briefly about this book that I've been reading that has opened up my eyes so incredibly to the food industry and how it is not conscious at all, most of it. There are exceptions. There are exceptions always. So with this little demonstration, I have my little chart, and it's just bring that up to the screen so you can actually see it. And we were calling sort of the energy chart, and it's a LiFE the life force energy. If everything is energy and consciousness, then it's everything around us. Like the wood on my table was a tree. And we've got this bougainvillea behind me. It all has energy. And our body is an energy source as well. It's electromagnetic, it's multidimensional, and it can pick up the energy of what we're eating. So we're going to play with that. So I have this chart, and I have the apple, and so I'm going to put the apple here. And what I do is I take a breath in, and I just allow my body to make that connection with the apple. And then I put the chart in front of it, and I'll just hold it here. And so we're just reading the life force energy in this apple. And I normally start it in the middle of my chart. So just going like this, and I sort of getting my head out of the way, so when I breathe in and I connect to the apple, my head isn't doing the movement of the pendulum. As you can see, my hand is hardly moving. So that is the energy, the life force energy of the apple. And I mean, ideally for us, we'd be in the yellow zone, and the red zone is better, and the blue zone is not very good. So we want to be kind of staying away from those kinds of foods and liquids as much as possible. And then I've got some bottled water that has come all the way from Mount Shasta, and it comes through the water. It's very pure. And I didn't bring up from Mount Shasta. I did do that a few years ago. But this one is bottled. And so let's check the life force energy, and I'll just hold this so you can see it. And so I'm breathe in, connect, and then I test. And because when I breathe in and connect, I'm getting my head out of the way, because sometimes the head, so it's going sort of horizontal. Then we can just do that again. We start in the middle and breathe in and connect, and it's going towards the yellow, the better. So it's hitting the yellow, which on this chart is over 90, which is, the body takes in that vibrational frequency of that water, and it's just going, oh yeah. You know, when you get really excited about something, and go, oh, and your body is doing the same thing, because then it doesn't take any energy when it's high vibrational. It just takes it all in, and that becomes a part of you. So there's that one, and then we have this other one, which is just bottled water. It's sparkling. It's supposed to be sparkling, natural sparkling water. So, and let's just see what this is on our little chart today. And so I breathe in and connect and kind of get my mind out of the way, because the mind can change this pendulum quite easily. So, and now what it's doing is it's connecting. So we're checking on the life force energy of this water, and it's about a 40. And that's kind of what we tested yesterday. So even water has different energy, and we tested our tap water. So I live in British Columbia, in Vancouver, and we have got some beautiful water. And our dear friend Dave Suzuki has said that for years, that our water is really, really good. It comes from the mountains, and it actually rated at a 50. And all the other bottled waters were 40 and 50. So there's our tap water, equal to and better than some of the bottled water. And so that made me feel good. And so that is just a little quick lesson on dowsing, muscle testing. I use my body quite often. So when it's a yes, my body moves forward. And when my body doesn't want it, so example, this apple, I just breathe in and I connect. And I just say our vibes are aligned. Is this good for me to eat today? And I try and be patient. So that is a yes for me. And I guess it's the water. We could try the water. And is this in my best? Is this the best water for me to drink today? And I breathe in and I connect. And so, no. And for me, today, this water, and it changes from day to day because our needs change, our activities change. And so that's a little demonstration on trusting that, and that gut, it has its own, we are so connected, and it's so complex, and it's so fascinating because we have a gut brain, we've got this brain, we've got our heart essence, and they're all working together so that we can just radiate and be that loving light that we came here to be. And so I'm just going to mention briefly this book I've been reading. It's called How Not to Diet by Michael Greger. He's a doctor. It's over 1,000 pages. His resources and the research he's done for the book is so long that it would be another book in itself, and it's all online. And he's talking about mainly obesity and how not to diet, and how to, for those who have too much weight, it's how to get back into that balance. And so if we're living consciously and eating consciously, how can we do that? I mean, my way of testing is really simple and it's easy, but there's sort of other things at play, and a lot of our mind gets fooled because we believe and we want to feel better, and we want to be that, you don't have to be skinny and to be fit, but there's a point where the body just says, you know what, that's too much weight for me to carry. And a lot of it comes from advertising in the food industry. And several years ago, the food industry spent over $1 billion in Europe to stop it was like a law or a change in how they could either present themselves, and it would impact on their sales because that's who they talk to. They are working with their the people who buy into their the market. It's got to do with the market, and so they spent $1 billion, and they won. So this group of European countries were not able to change the laws that would be for our benefit, to allow us to choose healthier food. So next time you go shopping, look at the sugar levels on the packaging, look at where it's made, look at the sodium levels, and I make these little things, they don't cost very much. And you take your pendulum to the store and say, you know what? Is this in my highest to buy? Is this for my best health? Is this for my whole optimal wellness to have this product? And you go product to product. The sugar is probably the most important because it's hidden. There's 56 different words for sugar. If you go to my Facebook page, last week, the week before, I did a whole sort of section with pictures and information on sugar and how they hide the fact that there's sugar in the product. So just kind of FYI, be informed, because when you're informed, then you can make those conscious decisions and you can empower yourself to be that whole optimum wellness that you came here to be, and to explore and to live life and so much more. So this morning I was doing my meditation with my hope chests and sending out that positive energy of love and tolerance and patience and respect for all life to the earth with the hope chest. And the song that came into mind was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. teach your children well. And it just, so I went on to YouTube, found it, and the second line of the song is a code to live by. And what is your code to live by? Is it coming from your essence heart? And then that led me to listening to John Denver. And I was not aware of the later songs that he sang. And they were not put out into the music forum, the media, as much as his earlier songs were. And so this one is called The Wings That Fly Us Home. And I'm going to finish with that. And thank you for those who join me now and watch this later. And you can have a listen. And check out his later poetry, because they're much deeper. The other ones connected you with nature, and this one here for me connects me with the oneness of all that is. The wings that fly us home. There are many ways of being in this circle we call life. A wise man seeks an answer, burns his candle through the night. Is a jewel just a pebble that found a way to shine? Is a hero's blood more righteous than a hobo's sip of wine? Did I speak to you one morning on some distant world away? Did you save me from an arrow? Did you lay me in a grave? Were we brothers on a journey? Did you teach me how to run? Were we broken by the waters? Did I lie you in the sun? I dreamed you were a prophet in a meadow. I dreamed I was a mountain in the wind. I dreamed you knelt and touched me with a flower. I awoke with this, a flower in my hand. I know that love is seeing all the infinite in one, in the brotherhood of creatures, who the Father, who the Son. The vision of your goodness will sustain me through the cold. Take my hand now to remember when you find yourself alone. And the spirits fill the darkness of the heavens. It fills the endless yearning of the soul. It lives within a star too far to dream of. It lives within each part and is the whole. It's the fire and the wings that fly us home. Fly us home. Fly us home. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to this afterwards. You can check out my website, check out my Facebook page. I'm in the middle of sorting out all my journals from the last 8 years, and we'll be writing a poetry book. And I find that John Denver just really inspires me in his love of nature and life. So go out there and enjoy each day, live life with joy, and breathe in the harmony and breathe it back out again, because you can. Blessings. Namaste.